Yes, ma'am.
That might.
Can I go put my house shoes back on?
Yes.
Shoes are all right, baby.
Just stay right there for a minute. We're just saying
If they bother you.
this is one of Santa's favorite stories. It's called Can Santa Be Black?
I think so.
You think Santa can be black?
Me too.
I think so too. You ready?
I definitely think so since I'm black. Me too.
All right, this is how the story goes, okay? It happened in the kindergarten class, right at the table where they were having snacks. Joni asked a question, and they all sat back. Mr. Slater, can Santa be black? Poor Mr. Slater didn't know what to say. Christmas vacation was 21 days away. There were snowflakes to be cut, window wreaths to be hung, Christmas cards to be painted, and Christmas songs to be sung. He hadn't time to think what Christmas was about. In 20 more days, school would be out. Why couldn't they wait and ask that question then, when mommies and daddies were home to answer them? Mr. Slater, can Santa be thin? Is Santa always a him? Mr. Slater looked at 20 pairs of eyes, 20 children of every shape and size. He ate a bit of cracker, and he finished his drink. Children, he said, I need some time to think. As soon as class was over, he ran down the hall, skidded around the corner, and crashed into a wall. Ran up the stairs to the second floor, rapped on the window of the principal's door. Miss Fraser, what can I do? The children asked a question that I don't know the answer to. Can Santa be black? Can Santa be thin? Does Santa always have to be a him? Mr. Slater, it's a difficult task to find the answer to the question you asked. I think with these I'll need some assistance, but I'll get your answer with a little persistence. Miss Fraser turned in her swivel chair, picked up the phone, and called Mr. Dare. Mr. Dare was the head of the PTA. He called for a meeting the very next day. Thank you for coming, he began with a greeting. I'd like to get right to the point of this meeting. Mr. Slater, in charge of the kindergarten class, needs an answer to some questions, and he needs them fast. Can Santa be black? Can Santa be black?
Yes.
Can Santa be thin?
Yes.
Does Santa always have to be a him?
No.
Very good. The parents didn't know what to say. Christmas vacation was 19 days away. There were cookies to be baked, lights to be strung, gifts to be wrapped, and carols to be sung. They hadn't time to think what Christmas was about. In 19 more days, school would be out. Why didn't children have to ask questions when parents had no time to sit and answer them? Well, parents, are there any suggestions? Do we have any answers to these difficult questions? Who knows best what Christmas is about?
I do. Me.
Well, let's ask Santa, someone called out in a shout. The secretary of the PTA sent a letter to Santa the very next day. The reply came back very, very fast, addressed to Mr. Slater and the kindergarten class. Dear Mr. Slater, dear boys and girls, once a storyteller caught me bringing toys. The year he spied me opening my sack, my skin was white, my boots were black. You probably know how that story goes. I laid a finger aside my nose, and all these years, needlessly, that story worries children who don't have a chimney. All year long, I listen to the news. I read people's thoughts. I see people's views. At the end of the year, when I see what's needed most, I take the shape like a Christmas ghost. I can pass through keyholes, windows, and locks, apartment buildings, hospital tents, and trailer lots. One year, I used a wheelchair in place of my sleigh. Once I was blind and had to feel my way. It's hard to understand when I don't leave a toy. You can't unwrap a gift like hope, health, or joy. My skin has been black, white, yellow, red, brown. My eyes have been slanted, crossed and round. Sometimes I have been ashamed. All these things, kids, are part of me. You may not believe all this is true, but that's okay, boys and girls, because guess what? I believe in you.
I know.
All right, So that's one of my favorite stories. Now I've got a couple. Bells will be ringing. I can't stop that.